be reborn. I'm a monster, spreading hate, stealing time. I'm a monster, laying days when it's cloudy. Oh, pilgrim inside of me, tell me what's my remedy. I'm a fraud, call me lying, a true psychopath. Don't love me. Oh, when you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me. Like an onion, I'll liberate your tears, your sweet passion, sweet fears. Oh, you're in good hands. They say I'm gentle, so don't be scared. Oh, I'm a monster. Every train has its thrill. My game, my will. Pilgrim, don't let me, okay? No, I wanna be given the blame. Hold up, wait a minute, what you're talking about? Hold up, wait a minute, what you're talking about? Wanna be given the blame. I'm a fraud. 'Cause I'm a true psychopath. When you're lost, take your trust. That's me. That's so sick. I'm a fraud, call me a liar, a true psycho. Woo! I'm a fraud, call me a liar, a true psychopath. Don't love me. Oh, when you're lost, take your trust. Yeah, that's me. Oh, that's me, that's me, that's me. Yes, I'm a fraud. Call me a liar, a true psychopath.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. It's so good to see all of you. Let me say hi because I hardly ever get to do that anymore. Because when we're doing those jail calls, I like to get right into it. Hey, April. Hey, KY Crime Junkie. Hey, Tree Baby Tennessee, Music City Mom. Been a member for 4 months. Thank you so very much. Oh, no, Music City Mom. Oh, dear. Get it back, babe. Hey, Sherry, thank you for joining memberships. I appreciate that. Hi, Psycho General, Susan S. Hockett. Good to see you. Just Jen, Adrian, Rojo, Pursuing Understanding, LNS, Cheryl, Black Swan, Tony, Kimberly, Linda, good afternoon or good morning or good evening for some people probably. Birdie, Gina, Allie, good to see you. Stephanie, Henry, Nadine, Boo. Struggle is a real. Hi. Did I say Henry? If I didn't, hi Henry. Hey Stephanie, blah bitty blah blah. Wicked Beekeeper. Oh, it just jumped. Alice, Kathy, Cray, Kate, Carol. Wonderful to see you. Struggle is real and member for 3 months. Thank you so much. Mr. Pinto Peabody, love it. Crime Curious, Jen, what up? Carol. Good to see everyone. Clicker, Leonard, Amber. Hi. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Teacup Kraken. All right. So let's get started. All right. So what I wanted to do to you what I wanted to do to y'all today, what I wanted to do today is to go through some of the things that were included in the jail file that pertain to the jail calls that we heard, right? So what I ended up doing was making a video, but I decided the video wasn't that long, and I was a little bit like whatevs about it, you know what I mean? And I just I wanted it to be longer, and I wanted to be able to have an opportunity to actually like discuss what you're seeing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the video, and then we're going to talk about it. Okie dokie. So keep in mind, it's got like a little 2-second or 5-second intro because I was going to actually upload this. Hey, Bronco. All right. So here we go. All right. Oh, and one other thing that I wanted to say. Somebody commented on my underneath one of the Letecia jail calls and wanted to share the intro to Facebook. And I said that I would upload the video, and that way they could just share the link. Well, when I watch my videos, I see little tiny issues. So let me just fix those. It won't take me very long. I'll have it uploaded with a link tomorrow, and I'll share it on my community tab, and that way you guys can see. Are we ready? Let me make sure I shared it. It is shared. Let's go.
Hello? Hey, baby, how you doing? Okay, how are you? Fine, you sound good too, Shalane. Are you eating? No, I'm eating in 2 weeks. Huh? I haven't eaten in 2 weeks, but I'm drinking a lot of water though. Well, baby, you need to eat something, okay? No, I'm okay. No, you need to eat too, Shalane. I'm not eating, but I can drink water and I'll be okay. They brought breakfast, but I always flush it down the sink. I mean, that's on the toilet. And then, okay. Like going crazy again? I didn't eat for 2 weeks. You didn't what? I didn't eat for 2 weeks.
Okay. So as y'all can see, she clearly did eat. And I want to thank the person that just sent me a PayPal. Thank you very, very much. I don't want to, like, you know, how I believe in anonymity. I respect privacy. And so thank you so much. It was very, very generous and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Um, what was I going to say? So as you can see, she did eat, okay, several times. The truth of the matter is this: Letecia learned, and it's in this report. Hang on, let me rewind it and mute it because we don't need to hear that music again. Although, you know, it is kind of funny. um, hang on. All right, right here. Okay. This one is important. It says, on September 24th, I and then the deputy assigned the facility, yada, 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 whatever. At approximately 05:10 hours, I was briefed by the off-coming shift that if inmate Letecia did not eat breakfast, then we would need to start a food roster. Inmate Stauch has missed 3 consecutive meals. What she did was, and there's more to this, but I want to, it sort of goes hand in hand with another issue that she talked about on the jail calls. So I have to work it into the scheduling because Crime Curious Jen, as soon as this is over, has a fantastic premiere coming for you guys. So after this is done, and if one of the mods would pretty please drop Crime Curious's channel link, I would appreciate it. But anyway, the not eating for 2 weeks is a manipulation, but it's not just a manipulation of the people that she's on the phone call with. What Letecia learned is that if you refuse 3 consecutive meals, they will put you on what's called a food roster. Okay. And they will also come into your cell and check your vital signs and all that. But if you continue to miss meals, right? Notice she only misses 3 consecutive. She doesn't miss 6 consecutive, more than that. But what they end up doing is they move you to medical. And the medical is conveniently located in close proximity to her pal, Edwin Figueroa. Okay. And that is who she is toilet talking with. And we're definitely going to get into that more as we move. But why this was important and why, thank you, Law Nerd Amber, for dropping that, for dropping Crime Curious's link. Why I wanted to get into this is because it's my opinion. And me and Allie and Crime Curious were talking about this last night after the live. I know that there are people that might not understand why we want to cover the jail calls and the jail files and all the things, Letecia. But for me personally, and I think that this is probably something that Jen and Allie would agree with as well. When you're looking at a person like Letecia, okay, and her crime, not only does her crime have layers, but her personality, her as a human being, has layers as well. We all do. Hers are just a little different than everybody else's, right? I think we could all agree on that. And in order to fully tell what happened to Gannon, I personally think that these have to be told because Letecia is constantly looking out for the next way that she can manipulate. Okay. So she tells the people on the phone calls, right? I've not eaten for 2 weeks. And we heard other phone calls where she tells her daughter and I believe Aunt Katrina that her arms have gotten so skinny that she can take her thumb and her forefinger or her middle finger and put it around all the way from her wrist to her elbow. Okay. That's not true. Okay. There are pictures, and there's another incident report that I want to get into too, but I wanted to just do these sort of in like small voices. You know what, Tori? Let me highlight this so for anybody on the replay so they know what I'm addressing. She did not, I don't want to say that she totally gave a different last name, but it was kind of unclear from that audio whether she was saying S as in shut the front door or F as in Frank. I couldn't think of an apropos thing. It's only noon here. It's too early for the F-bomb. I couldn't determine from the audio what letter she was saying. So if she was saying S, then obviously S is in shut the front door. Then, yeah, she was giving a one off of his actual last name, which is kind of weird, interesting if you think about it, because the whole purpose of even saying his name in the first place was to give it to Aunt Katrina so that Aunt Katrina could look up his case, so that Aunt Katrina could see that she wasn't crazy, that she was telling the truth. So giving the wrong name defeats that whole purpose on the surface, unless her side purpose, right, was actually to appear crazy. And I personally believe that while she's running these manipulations, they have multiple intents. And basically what she's doing is she's trying to cover all of the point spread, as it were. She's trying to get all of her bases covered, because if people don't worry that she's not eating, right, then if nothing else, they're going to worry that she's crazy, because who would lie about these things, right? And you'll notice, and I am not and I want to make this very, very clear. Her family does not confront her on these topics, not in any meaningful way. They might say, what are you talking about? Or where did you hear that? They might question. It's a soft question, right? And the fact of the matter is, they're her family. They've known her. And perhaps, this is my thinking, the reason they talk to her in the way that they do is because they're familiar with her brand and they know how to deal with her. And they know that a straight confrontation won't work. And the truth is, they're right, because we've listened through those pretext calls. And the truth of the matter is, and there were many times Al, bless his heart, just straight confronted her, you know? And then and she would twist it. Not only would she twist it, what she would first say is, no, I didn't say that, even though, yes, she did say that literally like 3 seconds prior. But then when Al would stand up and be even more firm and say, yeah, you did say that, then she would twist it. And if he said is instead of and, then he was getting the whole story incorrect. Okay, she's one of those. And so people learn how to deal with people like that. Now, see, for me, people like that, my coping mechanism is avoidance. I just avoid people like that because it's too frustrating. And all it does is make me angry. And you know, anger leads to hate. Hate leads to the dark side. And the dark side causes wrinkles. No thanks. Don't need it in my life. Don't need that negativity. And they're never going to actually confront her on her case, because the truth of the matter is she's not going to talk about it. She's awaiting trial. She's pled not guilty. She's come up with 11 billion cockamamie stories about what happened and different variations on each and every story, et cetera, to the point of ad nauseum. We've already discussed this, right? So they're not going to confront her, not like that. They know how to deal with her. It's the same reason why last night when we were listening, Letecia said to Harley, she asked Harley, Don't I sound like I'm going nuts? And Harley, bless her heart, I could hear that. I could hear the wheels turning. And she chose the path of least resistance, which was to say, I don't know, because that's non-committal. Yeah, I think that you're right about that, Crime Crochet Coffee. There was a gag order, but I'm not exactly sure when that got into place. I have to look better into that. And Crime Curious will know for sure if there was. But yeah, I mean, all of this is the layers of manipulation. So that's really what I wanted to share with you guys. I told you guys this was going to be a quickie because Jen's going to premiere something in like 7 minutes, and I want to give everybody time to go over to Jen. So I'm only going to be on here like a couple of more minutes. But I want to also, while I have you guys here, if you would do me a big, huge favor, will you please okay, so Jen has answered. And but before I discuss that, let me just ask this. How many of you guys in the chat are watching the Charlie Adelson trial? Put a 1 in the chat if you're watching the Adelson trial. Put a 2 in the chat if you're not, please. Okay. While I wait for those to come in, because there's a delay between me and the thingy, we're going to talk. So there is a gag order, but you'll notice, okay, that Letecia is talking about the crime, however indirect, right? So she mentions the figurines, the going to the Florida, the laundering money. She's indirectly talking about the crime, okay? She's not directly talking about the crime. So she's not out of it enough, right? She remembers there's a gag order. See, this is where that whole amnesia thing is problematic, right? Because if you don't know why you're in the jail, right, and you're reading back on these journals, first of all, there's so many follow-up questions that we're never going to be done with this live in time for me to end it and get over to Jen's. Okay, there's so many plot holes in that story, I can't even tell y'all, but we are going to get into everything. We're voting shell if you've watched the Charlie Adelson trial. 1 is yes, you are watching the Charlie Adelson trial. 2 is no, you've not. Okay, I see a lot of ones. Since we don't have any jail calls tonight, and I've checked with all my pals and nobody else is going live tonight, how would you guys feel about doing a Charlie Adelson live tonight? And what I can do is briefly give the backstory of the trial because there's been multiple trials. Charlie Adelson is the last of the people who, at this time anyway, have been charged and indicted and put on trial for the murder of Dan Markel. Okay. I can give a little brief overview, and then we can start playing some of the pertinent and important testimony, because I've been just anxious to talk to you guys about that. It is a crazy case. It's been ongoing since 2014, y'all. There have been many like datelines, 2020s on it. It's an awful case. It is. It's so sad. But okay, Cray, will do. But yeah, I want to definitely talk about that. So good. You guys would be down for that yeah, he did. Aries girl, you guys would be down to talk about that? Because I would be down to be live. You guys know that I love all the documentation and stuff. I love discussing the documents, the trials. I'm not very good, I have to admit, at speculation. I'm really not. I mean, I can speculate to a point, but it's got to be based for me on like actual documents, something that is tangible, and that's why it's harder for me to cover new cases or open cases as they're, because as they're developing, my opinions are going to change, more evidence. Yeah. All the things, you know what I mean? I'm too, well, when I was a kid, my mom used to call me Spock because, she was like, you're just so analytical and you're just like this little thing. And, I remember they tested my IQ and they showed me a picture of a rose and they asked me if it was living or if it was a living thing or a non-living thing. And I said, this was my answer. And it's just because my mom's told me this story so many times. She said that I said, well, a rose is a living thing. A picture of a rose is a non-living thing. So the answer is it's both. And so that's the way that my brain has always thought. And I guess it's going to continue thinking that way. So there we go. Pretty please. Oh, you want me to cover that? Okay, cool. So that's what I'll do. I will be back live tonight at 9. And in between the Charlie Adelson live and stuff, I'm going to do these other like quickie lives where we go over the calls and the things that Letecia said versus the jail files, because I have to be fair. There are things in the jail files that Letecia talks about in the calls that are, some of them are outright lies and some of them are like lies by omission. So, but I think it's important for you guys to understand all of the things that are happening simultaneously surrounding these calls. So that's what we're going to do. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for showing up today. I so appreciate the support. If you have not done so, pretty please give me a thumbs up on the stream. It helps me keep me in the algorithm. It is a free and fantastic way, easy way of supporting the channels, letting me know that you like my content. And I appreciate it. So thank you guys all so very, very much for being here. And without further ado, I'm going to end this stream and I'm going to head over to Crime Curious's channel and see what she's got going on over there. All right. Bye, you guys.